buon pomeriggio, come va? Allora, oggi si va avanti, finalmente siamo tornati con Genshin, anche perché la settimana scorsa abbiamo fatto proprio poco o niente, anzi, non abbiamo fatto niente di Genshin. E... che è successo? Cattura lo schermo. Che non mi cattura lo schermo? Ah, giusto. Quisquiglie. Eccoci qua. Siamo abbiamo preso lo schermo. Ero qua nella serie intera a fare cose. Sistema un po' della roba in modo da poter fare le quest della serie intera. Serie intera. Quindi è un po' paesaggio. Possiamo infilarci anche questi. Set. In teoria volevo fare... Cos'era questo? No? Qual era? Ah, questo. Ma doveva mettere un set esterno, poi fare anche quella la quest, però. Per le modifiche. Anche se noto che ci mette un po' a caricarmele le cose, eh. Qua, sì. Questo. Ah, il fornello portatile, ok? Così posso poi cuocere qua. E... ho una chiave, cavolo.
Seems all the other knights already have their hands full.
Sono successe cose. Allora, intanto, vabbè, ho fatto un po' di cose dei banner e quindi ho trovato Bennett con
Oh,
anche
wow! Where did
ehm,
that come from?
C1, quindi l'ho trovato ben due volte. E poi ho trovato, mi sembra, un'altra volta Barbara. Quindi in tutto ho trovato due volte Bennett, una volta Barbara e una volta anche Noel. Quindi ho anche Noel C1.
Come on, let's get moving. We're
In
not
tutto
frozen in
questo.
place after
Poi
all.
vabbè, ora ripuntiamo a fare lei che in teoria sono... essendo che avevo perso il 50 del 50, la prossima volta che ci uscirà un 5 stelle in teoria dovrei trovare lei, quindi nessun problema. Yeah. Quindi usciamo da qua e andiamo a fare un po' di quest dei PG. Ne abbiamo un sacco da fare. Una di quelle non le possiamo fare perché è corrispondente perché il personaggio è impegnato nell'Arcon, quindi in questo caso iniziamo proprio da qua. Con segreto di infanzia. 20, quindi andiamo di là. Ah, cambiamo il team. Che ho messo questi
Ready for
per fare
triumph?
qualche dominio. Quindi in questo caso andiamo e va. Gatto. Ah, poi, e mentre che esploravo la voragine, avevo sbloccato questo pezzetto qua. Cioè, eravamo spuntati qua, ho detto, vabbè. Non mi ricordo se l'avevo fatto in live o fuori, mentre esploravo caso la voragine. E l'ho spuntato qua, ho detto cosa faccio? Non lo prendo, quindi... Visto? Ah. E, e questo qua, giusto perché ci dà questi. Il memoria di bosco profondo che ci serve per l'item. Tutto qua. Poi per il resto. Ah, ho visto. Ah, chiudi. C. Che per lui, cioè ora non abbiamo praticamente niente. Dei manufatti giusti che servirebbero. Però in caso per il 4... Anche solo 4 stelle dice di usare questi. Per appunto ricaricare energia e usare tripudi in modo che ricarichi le altre. Quindi vediamo un po' cosa ci può capitare. Attacco, difesa, me. Tasso di critico come stile elementale già meglio. Perché se no il migliore è questo. Quindi vediamo un po'. Cambia. Se non sbaglio lo fa fare al A4. E visto che poi cura in percentuale degli HP, direi che anche questa va bene. PS, attacco, PS, difesa, PS, ricarica di energia, eccolo, ok. In teoria questo mi servirebbe con bonus danno da, da idro, se non sbaglio. Ehi, non mi ha chiuso le pagine. Ecco. Scusate un attimo che si vede così. Che... Ah! Che bello che mi apre bene tutto. Ok. Vediamo un po'. Il goblet, la sand, attacco percentuale o energy recharge, quindi ok. Il goblet, hydro damage bonus, che non ci abbiamo. E il... la testa. La corona con... L'ho appena letto, cacchio, me lo sono già dimenticato. Bene, iniziamo bene. Crit rate o crit damage, in questo caso crit rate. Però questo sì, deve essere bonus danno da idro. Però non ne ho neanche uno, mi sembra. Bonus danno da idro. Perché poi ho potenziato qualcosina prima, quindi sono tipo spariti tutti. Che schifo. Che schifo proprio. Mm. Crio, elettro, difesa. Questo per PS che per lei va bene, quindi va. Lasciamo perdere. Vediamo un po' la corona se qualcosa. Ci sono i droppini, giusto? Invece per qua serviva appunto danno o tasso da critico. Tasso da critico trovato, vediamo un po' se c'è qualcosina di meglio. Questo cosa dà? PS, no? Ok. Tasso da critico, sì. Cioè io trovo meglio che sia più utile piuttosto che crittare poche volte ma con un burst della Madonna, piuttosto a crittare sempre un pochino di danno più basso, però qui ci possiamo mettere questo. Tanto sono tutti 4 stelle, quindi siamo a posto. Il goblet. Difesa, difesa, attacco, bonus danni fisici, quindi ciccia, danno a Nemo. Che in verità gli potrei dare questo a lui, eh. Anche se non lo sto più usando perché abbiamo una combo di elementi, quindi è molto meglio. Perché lui ora cos'è che ha? No. PS. Che anche PS non fa schifo visto che mi va a curare, quindi per ora lasciamo quello, non lo potenzio però. Ok. Sulla crit. Iniziamolo un pochino. Non so mai. Almeno. Abbiamo guadagnato energia recharge, buono. Almeno a più 8 glieli porto. Scusate. Buono, energia recharge. E difesa. Beh, difesa non proprio. Mm. No, questo è buono. Questo ha anche tasso di critico, sto scherzando. No, questo me lo tengo da dare a Keia. Che non ce l'ha già Keia? Vai. Che schifo, tutto difesa. Vabbè, dai. Pace. Armi. Sinceramente ho trovato meglio questa, che non ne ho altre. Cioè questa. Attacco e velocità di movimento, però neanche tanto. Che altro mi dà Energy Recharge? Questa. Questo invece è attacco e basta. Mm. Cioè questa non è male. Però questa è a 70. Come grado. Cioè è proprio un burst assurdo di danno questo. Però non c'entra niente perché devo ricaricarlo e basta. Cosa mi serve per farla salire di grado? Ah, no. Questi mi servono per altre gente, quindi di sicuro non la spreco per lui. In teoria mi servirebbero per lui. Preferisco portare questa al grado C, al grado 4. Quella di Alaitam. Quindi lasciamo così com'è. Nuovo messaggio. Ah, ok. Quelli di Twitch. Ok, dai, andiamo a fare l'arco. Ah, me la ricordo questa.
Hey,
Una
look
delle
at
poche che
here.
avevo fatto.
She's all by herself, right? Because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with some. What? You mean you used to? So is this an invisible friend who hangs out with you sometimes, or do they just exist in your imagination? Imagine. Oh, you must mean imagined friend, right? What's so this imaginary friend of yours? When does Pipe seriously? Oh, Pipe was no way. You guys are because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it? It's a 4-player game, but
Oh, Traveler. Fancy meeting you here.
tone deaf bard. What are you doing?
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting...
Infatti mi ricordavo appunto di un personaggio di un NPC con tipo dietro l'ombra di una guardia delle rovine.
Come now, that's no way to speak about the For this particular contraption, Lisa had to...
Dangerous?
Non mi ricordo se anche a quei tempi
That's right.
di
Looks like a monocle, but actually it's called a
avevano già
reality
introdotto
detector.
il nome Sumeru proprio.
Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself, so I'm borrowing.
Huh? What?
Perhaps it's because she lacks a certain childlike sense. If you want to know for sure, just.
So you can see them?
Anyway, it's all yours now, traveler.
Do you see them? Do you see them?
Huh, so it does work for you two.
Paimon wants to see? Wait, alright then. You'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the ground.
Gli amici immaginari di tutti. Capitolo del Carmen Day, atto 1.
The flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed. You know, Paimon bets she has an imaginary friend.
Allora, poi in teoria dovrei fare anche qualche sfida di invocazione del genio perché sto rimanendo veramente indietro anche se l'ho già sbloccata.
There it is! Behold, a floaty imaginary friend for.
Wait, imaginary friends can be planned.
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard. Sure, how can I help? Oh, you mean Mr. Floaty? Most people can't see him. Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend.
No fair.
Flora!
Ho
why
di sentirsi
exactly are you
esclusa,
friends
ok?
with Floaty Floaty?
What's wrong with it?
Friends with a flying plant? What?
Because then when it's windy, you would...
Isn't that called being
That's what I only found out this... I think his name was... Stanley. Stanley. And you could tell he's an expert. The amazing... He's in the city at the moment.
Vediamo un po' che ha le
That sounds like a-
microstelle. Che alla fine ci rimane più che altro per
pretty mysterious.
per il bambino che ha
Which child
a
shall we
Timmy,
interrogate
eccolo.
next?
Forse era lui se non sbaglio.
Paimon's thinking. Oh, how about that little guy on the bridge?
Eccolo.
No way!
Well,
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard?
Avevo sentito parlare di angeli custodi, ma così è un po'
Paimon's
troppo.
freaking out right now.
what say you we postpone our conversation with Timmy for the time being?
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line? Seriously? How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Ok.
Children are more open.
Gli adulti nel,
Is that
nel
why they
vigneto.
can
Perché
think
mi
of
insegna di là il vigneto? Ma non ha senso.
Fitting, isn't it? That the city of freedom should be home to children with such boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imaginations? Let's ask some adults at the tavern.
Ecco. Sempre, eh? Saranno tutti vili. Ma dietro. Wow. Che tavolata.
The thing about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern, or you miss out on half.
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping yourself amused even if you drank alone.
If I didn't know any better.
Just drink responsibly on my premises, okay?
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then? You'd throw me out along,
Throw you out?
you know, the same way you threw out Father's legacy. You sold off his mansion, or maybe you've forgotten.
What?
I see no reason to cling to things that have outlived their purpose.
Is that so? That I trust you were most swift in.
Cioè, questo dialogo sembra dire come se fossero fratelli, però non...
Sorry, I have no recollection.
That's odd. Master Diluc, I'm sure I saw such a vase.
Nessuno di loro ha un amico immaginario. Perché sono adulti.
Seems our suspicions were right. Grown-ups
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
so people just stop dreaming when they grow up?
This raises an interesting. Let's go and check. How about Ellen? Someone of her age surely must have some imagination left.
Mi mancano queste due. Dovrei farle. Però mi scocciano perché sono noiose da fare, non ti danno neanche niente di interessante.
Of not being able to see Ellen's imaginary friend kinda scary.
Run. Ellin. Qual è più Ellin? Quella che si allena? Può essere? Sì. Non mi ricordo chi era. Jin. Ok, mi sembrava di ricordare fosse un personaggio.
Jean? Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend? Yeah, she's so
Oh,
Are you always
you bet. Today, I heard Stanley talking about. Oh, I hope I.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder.
I mean, obviously, I want to become.
Seems Ellen really looks up to Jean.
Huh. I was thinking, it's not every day I get.
Ecco.
Ugh. How can I smash all these training dummies at once? So that's how to do it. Oh, thank you.
So modest. I for
Well, I'm exhausted from training, so clearly my fitness needs some.
Ellen, she's our.
Thanks. Shoot, I got so caught up here I forgot. Ugh, but I'm so sore from honorary night. Could you deliver a message to Jack for me? He's gone adventuring at the Temple of Stanley's a truly legendary adventure. We were
Devi
gonna meet up
andare
tonight
là?
to discuss adventure plan. Great.
Henley. Ci dà la pietruzza di Anemo. Wow. Ma Crio e Anemo. Volevo provare lui. Vabbè. Mettiamo Crio e Anemo.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Andiamo un po'.
The Temple of the Lion? We explored
Ah, ma siamo
this place
convinti.
once before, didn't we? During the Storm Terror incident. Seems like it's now a hotspot for adventurers.
Vediamo un po'. Adesso caro 20, livello 68 su 70. Armi. Elegia finale. Attacco base per energy recharge. Energy recharge, non enemy recharge. Aumenta la messaggia mentale di 60 quando avviene equipaggiati con questa arma, colpiscono l'avversario e il personaggio ottiene un sigillo. Cosa fa il sigillo? Manufatti a noblesse, ok, ci sta. Selezione fino a 3. I talenti maxati.
on. Looks like we can't go any further.
Not to worry, allow me. Those who wander in the dust, the wind shall send soaring sky high.
Cioè, vabbè, è normale che i personaggi Anemo abbiano tutta la possibilità appunto di librarsi in aria in questa maniera. E poi ho visto un piccolo video, piccolo sì perché tanto non diceva niente di che per l'appunto quando il fatto che Venti dice al Traveler che il vento cioè ti protegga, succede sempre che tipo come abbiamo visto in anche a Liyue, dove appunto Xiao ci soccorre quando crolla il palazzo. Più un'altra scena che ho visto a quanto pare succedere a Inazuma, sempre un personaggio di Anemo ci para il culo in una situazione appunto di difficoltà. Questo invece è fortissimo. Questo è fortissimo. Ecco, una cosa che a differenza di Vagabondo, invece, Venti e Sucrosa hanno quelle, e anche il Traveler hanno quelle abilità di Anemo che mi piacciono molto di più. Il fatto di raccogliere i nemici e toccare le cose.
Hey, are those guys?
Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff. Invisible evidence.
Vai. E muori.
Cry loud.
Ciao. Salve. Mettete. Che vi ho salvato il culo.
I was so sure I was about.
To be fair, So, you must be Jack the.
Yes.
Actually, we came.
Ellen has a message for you. She said she won't be able to join you today.
Oh, I see. I feel bad.
Huh? I don't see what all the fuss is about. It was nothing that Stanley, couldn't have.
Whoa, you are Stanley? You were that legendary adventurer?
I must say, it's well then.
Peccato che
How would
questo
everyone like to
sembra
proceed?
essere.
Head back or head further inside?
Well, in which case, why?
Okay, motion.
So, I'm guessing you mostly came here because you want to hear my adventure stories. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
What? Do you know who I am? I am Stanley, renowned adventurer.
Che palloso che è, ragazzi.
Yeah, I think we got that.
Your attitude, sir. You don't. I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who braved the Mangiavari.
Enough already! Ugh, stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth!
It's true though. Stanley is the most amazing guy.
Well, Jack will listen, won't you? Where was I?
You and your partner reached the Merjavari, a famously terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
Precisely. There was a deathly silence in the air. A sea of ashes stretched out before us, as far as the eye could see. The Merjavari.
È un raccontaballe di
My
quelli
partner was
assurdi.
caught in a whirlpool whipped up by an evil beast. Luckily, I managed to grab hold of him just in time.
Wow. So, did he make it?
Sadly, in the end, I alone was able to
Chissà perché,
with the gentle breeze carried
Dov'è?
away the tears welling up in my eyes.
Poor guy. How could that happen?
Jack, you can't cry so easily if you want to be a great adventurer.
I know. Because an adventurer's proudest achievement is
Boom.
to die in the course of their final adventure.
Traveler, I believe I've made a small Could I ask you to use the Nernama to
Quella. Ho trovato il vero C.
What? Stanley hasn't.
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior, covered in scars from head to foot, and a look of staunch determination on his You're saying his imaginary friend is an interesting idea, but
Please excuse me.
Bye, Stanley. Do you two still have time?
what is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me the weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago. They were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero,
Vanessa.
herself. I don't know whether you believe me, but since you guys are the experts at this, can you come with me to try and... You bet! If I can just
Andiamo,
now,
stai
So,
scherzando?
what do you say? I can't bring myself...
Aw, poor Jack. Venti.
Oh, one other thing. I have a...
Dada Upa Gorge, was it?
Madonna, è un ubriacone, 20, di prima categoria. Non so se posso usare 20 ancora. Infatti. Ah, ecco su. Spada del valore sfavillante. E poi per abitudine ieri ho fatto i 3 domini, quelli dei boss, quindi Sound Terror, battaglia e poi vabbè anche il lupo. Che mi ero dimenticato che era oggi la live, ho detto vabbè non lo so, portare così avanti. Allora, la spada, dov'è che era? Ah, potevo cambiare, vabbè. Farò poi ricambio. Raccogliamo questi che ci servono come il pane. Configurazione. Configurazione. Ta 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 ta.
Let's get down to business.
Abbiamo guadagnato un 10 di livello.
Body and mind. Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate.
No, vabbè, ho fatto un 1000. Ne vedo qualcosa. Eccole.
Hey, that bunch of hill churls. Are they holding some kind of ceremony? And what's with that pile of pigmen? Are they worshiping them?
Seems so. That must be the Sword of Brilliant Valor, surely. Motion to compel.
Perfetto. Maniera, abbiamo fatto abbastanza in fretta. Non lo so ancora, mi sembra, cioè, mi sembra di star facendo, cioè vabbè, la Kushi si ricarica tipo istantaneamente adesso con quel set di artefatti. Però bisogna vedere. Cioè alla fine quella lì è solo il contentino prima di metterci il set vero e proprio,
Are you sure? Look, why would hilly churls be bowing down before a piece of junk like this?
Seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pile of spoils these hilly...
This is in
Ecco.
terrible shape, and it's...
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an... If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mess... Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless. Fades into the background. But when you're in dire straits, valor is the thing that gets you fired up and fighting back.
una super cazzola davvero geniale. Super cazzola comunque ci sta benissimo in italiano.
You're right. You're right.
So, let's scout around.
There's somebody there.
Yeah, chissà chi è.
Stanley?
He's acting.
What happened? Why did you stop?
Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Just...
What? Where?
Maybe another time.
Poverino. Talmente accecato dal venerare Stanley che non l'ha visto.
Body and mind.
Lo and behold, the sheep...
Liar, liar, pants on fire. A chunk of scrap wood with the handle attached.
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this...
And yet, my bard's intuition tells warriors wear their battle scars with pride. And surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield. Is not the broken and splintered shield though the soldier's body be tired and torn, still they fight till the very end, till they have no blood left to bleed.
You do have a point. Shiny new shields don't stay new and shiny
già.
for long. Okay then. Ahem. Excuse me. Well, okay. You take it from here. Hope you've picked up some hilly churlium by now. If not, there's always body language. Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiate.
Quella...
Uh-oh. He did not seem to appreciate that. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Its rain outlines your fate.
Adesso?
Hey, he dropped the shield of magnificent honor and
Perfetto, a noi ci
Guys,
serviva
thank
quello.
you so much. I can't believe... Mom, Dad, check out the...
Hey, what? The wine! You promised! What are you doing here?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bard?
Oh, that's right. An after-dinner stroll, to be precise.
Paimon's starting to think Stanley might be a fraud. Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in a...
Adventurers must be pretty familiar with Dadaupa Gorge.
You better be...
Wow. Then I admire...
It's only to be expected of a great adventurer like me. I'll get back to my, stroll now. Good.
Guilty conscience much?
Well, he shouldn't have gotten... Although, on further reflection, someone who can't let go of the past, I wonder if such a person...
What are you talking...
Anyway, I propose we take it...
Ecco. Che strano. 18-23. Recati al dono dell'angelo.
Tell me, Stan. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating?
Surely not. Even I've never heard tell of us.
Oh, Stan, it should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Melchivari that day.
Ecco.
If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer, destined to be...
Doesn't...
I think our friend really did make it to the Mare Javari, but the real adventurer, the real Stanley is the one who...
Wait, so the only reason our
I fear that makes...
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Mare Javari. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I am Stanley. I'm sorry, Stanley. Are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Yikes!
Go away.
But...
Leave now.
Honorary Knight! Venti! I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find this.
Oh!
Yeah, really! They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brit.
That's wonderful! So, Jack, is this the...
No, not yet. Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories. Stanley, we'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off.
Ecco qua.
Stanley's really fond of that kid. Jack left.
Oh, I see.
Huh? All of...
Just now, just a weary old feckless fraud. But that kid is a brand new shining
You're not a total fraud.
stories. To be honest, my memories of adventuring and that's my biggest secret of all. All these years, I've been living to tell his story. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
Exactly. Even in his memory. Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle...
I'm too old. I'm complete. No adventurer should have to go.
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know?
Ah, i brividi.
I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Javari. I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
Quel poco che gli rimane dei suoi poteri d'Arcon, comunque. Perché sono proprio
I can't
nosi.
believe it. Thank you all. I'm sorry. It's good, but
Ah, wonderful! Stanley this calls for a celebration!
And by libation, you mean you're not.
No, the wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine. I'll head off to fetch the wine.
Huh? Where's that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never heard of it?
Raggiungi il solito posto. Ah, lì, eh? Avrei pensato Levanteolo, in verità. Quindi avrei... Se non ci fosse stato l'indicatore avrei sbagliato, avrei girato in eterno. In mano sua è il posto.
You made it. Fine.
Just tell us where you meet next time, okay? We looked everywhere. So,
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it when actually it's just a half bottle of The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet. It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of... At that time, old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant, who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane. Even the birds couldn't get in or out.
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers. Nowadays it's known as Saltira's Lair, right?
That's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms. Back then, I was but a wisp among the thousand winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I was just a tiny elemental being
Vedi come ha
who lived
fatto
in the
lui a
wind.
diventare.
A gentle breeze bringing subtle...
A tiny elemental being? Without a...
Yep. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. In old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told, where a tyrant ruled. I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. But storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom. And we watched as his great tower fell none too soon. Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down,
Quello non era di...
and since then never has another worn its crown.
Ecco forse perché gli piace tanto Diluc.
So then what? What happened to your friend?
Minchia Paimon, cacchio. Non ci puoi arrivare.
Do you wish to hear the next part of the story?
Yes, of course. The suspense is killing Paimon. get a craving for apples? Really?
Getting a little peckish or...
Paimon's had...
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes. But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking. A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze, back to a song that I first heard from him. Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.
Ecco perché è prigioniero di una terra senza vento. E niente. Questo è fatto. Completa il capitolo del Taro Sindaco Atto 1. Completa capitolo dell'Imperatrix Umbrosa Atto 2. Prima di farlo. Atto Taurus Iracundus. Questa posso farla. Questa posso farla. Questa no. Questa sì. E questa anche. Perché? Ah no. Posso farla. Ma quella era che mi aveva aperto, scusa. Dimora di Giada, ok. Come mi aveva aperto? Questa. Ok, ok. Era questa. Uno. A Ligui devo arrivare? Yeah. Ah, giusto, era tipo tutto un viaggio a partire da Ligui fino a trovare... fino a tornare a Mondstadt. Eccola.
Finally. I almost fell asleep waiting. As usual, my predictions are correct. You, yes you, come with me. Are you some sort of door-to-door fortune teller? Sorry, but we're not really interested.
You're not from this world, are you?
Si vede che questa è stata creata dopo perché le animazioni sono più pulite in confronto a quella di 20.
How? Because I'm a master of true astrology. If you've no other questions, let's be off. Fine. I'll exercise a little patience and explain. I am astrologist Mona Magistus, but considering that it is most rude to misremember names, I allow others to call me. I am on a mission from my master to retrieve a certain box from... It was part of an agreement she made with a friend 50 years ago. But she isn't a Not sure what getting some box back has to do with...
Well, that's because I would also like to take on the guardian of the box. My master and her friend contended in the mystic arts all their lives without a clear victor. If I triumph here, then I will show myself to be superior. What are you talking about? Here is to use this chance to prove the power. Now, from my predictions, I know that my master's friend has left Mondstadt.
leaving her success. Like me, that successor must also be one who has surpassed. But I would prefer to assure my victory in this contest, and the knowledge passed down to me from my master must be. If I were to bring my disciple to meet her, and you are Mondstadt's great hero, my equal in status, so. Come on, you don't actually have to become. There's something in it for you as well, should you come. Once I meet that successor and have a chance to exchange knowledge with them, I should be able. Then I will have answers for you. Even
That does seem much faster than searching the land country by country.
Beh, in effetti. Cazzo, giro Paimon e ritorno con la Russia.
That said, I would like to pay a certain place a visit.
Io di questa missione mi ricordo solo una cosa, il fatto che lei è squattrinata quanto
There's a small
Zion.
inn near Mount Tianheng that. The owner has always been good to me, so I'd like to say a farewell before I set off.
Io mi ricordo solo questo. Fantasmino da forzare. Boom! Signor Zhu.
It's no wonder that an inn set up here.
Mona, well, you've come at just the right time. Did you see a jade?
A jade ring. Can't say I have.
Oh, that's not good. The ring was given.
That should be no trouble with Mona here.
Absolutely not. Astrology is meant to be used to gain in.
But didn't you say that the owner here's been.
This is a matter of pride and one's state of mind. If an astrologist thinks that their divinations will lose the power to guide, and will not be able to pierce the fog of.
Such a powerful ability, and you don't use it?
Well, I was going to put up 20,000.
20,000?
Detto.
Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking that the person who finds that ring. Yes, of course. It wouldn't be right for us to leave like this, so let's help to search for it.
Oh, Paimon knows where
I know. I'll leave this one.
Since it was swallowed up by a slime, maybe you remember the stuff we helped Master D. And Paimon actually kept the small one. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Seems like you already have a plan.
Yep, we'll be back.
Ecco. Non stare a spaccare il capello, però.
The elemental bait's really strong. It will attract all the slimes in the area. Even if they're just slimes, they can be dangerous together, so we'd best prepare ourselves.
Oh no!
Incinerate! Outlines your fate.
Boom! Allora.
Boom! For your arraignment.
E si vede che ho anello di nefrite.
Found it! This must be the... It's so pretty. Paimon wasn't having...
Sappiamo tutti che Paimon è avida.
That's it. That's the one. I thought it was.
You actually found it. Not bad. Mr. Zhu, you must take care of such precious...
You're absolutely right. How would I have faced my family if I had lost the 253rd ring my mother gave me? No, let me explain. My family owns 3 jade mines, and I think there might be over 500.
Then why would you feel the need to set up?
Well, inheriting the family business too early. Thank you, all the same. Here's the...
Then I'll take it gladly.
But we did all the work!
A disciple should act like one. How can they steal their master's thunder?
Exactly!
You need to start practicing now. If my
What was that rumbling?
Oh, right. You mustn't have eaten in days. I'm very sorry.
Well, I suddenly feel that you have indeed contributed. If we travel north, we'll reach the Wongshu Inn. I hear the food. No need to thank me. I'm just doing as a good
Did she say she was treating us? Is Paimon hearing things? She's such a good person.
Ho detto io che è squattrinata a livelli esagerati, eh.
Since it's Mona's treat, we can order.
Of course. I am a most generous master, after all.
Excuse me, what would you like to order? These are made using large, succulent shrimp wrapped in It's exactly what it says on the label. Though tofu could not be a more ordinary ingredient, this is a favorite among our regulars. Bamboo shoots, pour a few spoonfuls into each bowl of rice you eat.
All of them? We only...
That's not how you count it. Besides, Paimon hasn't even ordered yet. Squirrelfish, Juyu chili chicken, and Juyu please.
Sure. And is there any...
I just like to ask...
I'll just have... All right. A bowl of vegetarian...
Paimon's been thinking about something since we started eating. Is it?
I heard that. I said I was treating. An astrologist's mind is set on studying the stars, being so easily, especially the act of overly gratifying and dangerous.
So, not eating the dishes we ordered is... But it feels kind of bad that only we got to feast. Oh, yes, we can...
Ecco.
You don't use more to fulfill your desires, so it's fine as long as you're not buying anything, right?
Minchia, ma devo salire fino a sopra, però. Madonna, che... L'ha pensata sta quest?
Hello, how may I help you?
We'd like to borrow the kitchen here.
Ah, I see. In that case, sure, if I may. You must be well versed in the art of cooking, yes? Talented indeed. From your clothes, you're most likely not from around these parts. I have a recipe for golden crab with me. It's crab meat that's been rolled in flour, deep fried.
Golden crab! Golden crab! Then let's get with
Ah,
the
ecco dove
skills of the
prendeva la ricetta. Ok. Cucina. Granchio. Eccolo. Vediamo un po'. Ah no, ok. Normale o delizioso? Ah, molto delizioso.
There's no need to spend all that effort on me. I am a little hungry. This aroma is... Wow, it's fine, since my disciple has put in so... This golden crab is too delicious. I mean, I never knew that my disciple was this skilled. As your master, I see that it's no boast to call... I suppose it wasn't too much to spend all this mora on. It's nothing. Nothing at all. If we travel north from here, we should reach the stone gate, and from there we will be within the What deep mystery shall we acquire now? That was tiring, but we're the quest to plumb the wonder.
Paimon's not tired.
That's because you float.
Well, it doesn't look like an astrologist is all.
That's because you have too many unrealistic fantasies.
Are you also resting your feet here?
Who are you?
Oh, my brothers and I are all merchants. We just finished doing business in Liyue, and we're preparing. You look rather tired. The cart we hired will be coming in a while. Let's go then.
There's no need. Now shoo, get out of our...
Huh?
Cease your pretensions, bandit. Picking up people on the road who appear vulnerable, robbing...
What are you saying? We came over here to make conversation. And if you don't want to get on, don't.
Well then, shall I tell you now which objects you have on you that are stolen? If you have any quibbles, we can bring people to corroborate what I've said and all will come to light. If I lose, I'll pay you 20,000 mora. But if I win, then you'll be... How about it? If you're a real legitimate businessman...
You've pushed it too far, brat. I don't know how you found out, but as long as we get rid of you, no one will have to...
Don't fret, it's just a few bandits. You said earlier that there was nothing amazing about astrology.
Finish!
Buona! Andiamo un po'. Atalante celeste, arma 5 stelle, ok. Aumenta il bonus danni elementari di un 12%. Infatti, sempre il Noblesse. Constellation. Dopo che un attacco normale va a segno, c'è un 20% di probabilità che venga effettuato un attacco caricato. Ok. Crea un fantasma del fatto illusorio di acqua condensata. Immagine stupidissimo, va bene. Torrente illusorio. Ah, quella che veniva usata tipo per muoversi in acqua. Non ne sono di più o...
Leave my space. Delve into destiny.
Chi è quello che serve per muoversi più velocemente?
Shadows of fate. Fate is upon you. Curses.
Cattivissima Mona.
What did you think? Did that satisfy your expectations? Such things are element. Lies are worthless before astrology, though it may take more time to garner the specific.
But you did hit some bumps in the road.
That's because Tivat's stars can only display the fates, and anything related to you becomes like a fog. That is why I must meet that successor. With our knowledge combined, I might be able to gain new insight. Whatever the case, all right, I'm rested. Let's get this journey to Mondstadt over with.
If only we had a cart.
I thought you weren't.
1313 vuol dire che dobbiamo arrivare proprio a Mondstadt, ok?
Are you ready? Don't shame your master now. We're about to meet that successor. I guess. Wait, no. It won't do if you have no idea. We have a rule that forbids us from teaching outsiders. My astrology is based on hydromancy, and as the name suggests, allow me to demonstrate. Watch from the present station and movement of the stars. I see. So that successor is a young, female Knight of Favonius.
Doesn't that sound like Lisa?
We will meet her here. Well, that's all the information we need. It seems that even basic astrology can't be Never mind, I'll explain in detail later.
Wow, it's you, Mr. Honorary Knight. And Paimon, too, you're back.
That's her. The successor to great knowledge.
Successor?
That's right. I am the astrologist who has plumbed
An ocean of stars? What?
fish. No, don't play dumb.
I should be the one saying that. I didn't get what you said at all.
But my predictions can't be mistaken.
That's right. Oh, so your mom...
My readings told me as much. But before...
Mystical arts? I don't get it. So Glee's mother is the friend and rival of Mona?
Yes. As well versed in astrology as she was, my master knew only...
Well, Glee's so young. So even if she...
Yes. It seems she has inherited the blood, but not the knowledge. What a miscalculation. Ah, yes. So before Alice left, did...
Oh, I know this one. So you're here for that box. I'll look. Right here. Not this one. Ah, I remember. Wait for me. I'll be right back.
Ecco, ho skippato una parte.
Don't just run off. Don't...
I'll help her pack these things back in. You... Looking at how rash she is...
Essendo che ho skippato un pochino il dialogo, si è detto sepoltatemi al mio tesoro, vuol dire che siamo una bomba. Quindi sono andando a piedi, qua a fianco alle Panteo. Lì, dove sei? No. Oh no. Vicino a un slime di tender. Grazie.
We're here. This is it. Let's dig it up. It can't be. I put a sign here. Ah, Dendro slimes.
Già.
We can talk later.
La serie proprio boom. Fatto.
Found it. It's glad it wasn't damaged to me.
Tutto il fuoco intorno.
Complete.
back at last. I had intended to read a book to pass the time, but this one... It dropped from Clee's backpack, so I thought it might contain some ancient... Never mind that. So,
We did. It's in...
that's wonderful. Wait a moment.
Huh? Well, it's because I borrowed this box.
Borrowed?
But since you're here for the box, I took all my treasures out.
You used it to store your things?
Oh, you want the thing that used to be in...
You haven't broken it.
No, it's the book in your hand.
Ecco.
What? This. So this book, this diary, the thing she wanted back after 50 years was the dark history. I'm finished. No wonder that old woman said I should not look at it no matter what, or she'd rip me to shreds.
Am I in trouble? It was you who said you wanted the box. You didn't. I don't know anything. I'm leaving. Well, if you don't...
Impossible. Astrology can see through all lies. After having spent all my mora to come to Mondstadt, not only have I gained no knowledge...
That's so sad.
Perché queste inquadrature?
Book and then go back.
That's... too difficult. Yes. How can I maintain a proper astrologist?
Well, then you'll just have to go back.
Stop talking about it. I'll just have to stay in Mondstadt temporarily. Once that old crone's reached the end of her days, I'll be free. But what will I do about my astrology research?
About that, we can go ask Catherine at
The Adventurers Guild? Ah, right. You can do commissions for them and...
Ok. Sì, comunque in italiano e in inglese me la sono persa molto l'ultima parte del dialogo.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. I see. There is a magic laboratory in Mondstadt that, although we have a few specialists who could break the seal, they all have their own labs and aren't that interested. I believe that if the astrologist you mentioned can break the seal, the owner of that... All right.
Mi serve saperlo, si vede lontano un miglio. E poi questa cosa qua, almeno per me, anche quelli con cui giocavo a Genshin, noi pensavamo che questa fosse l'accesso per l'housing, non la serie intera.
Is by no means simple. Interesting. Let me see. I see. So, if you... All right.
Holy moly! Now we just need to go back to Catherine and...
No need. You have my utmost...
You are?
Oh, I'm Goth, the owner of this house. I never thought this troublesome seal would be dispelled.
Does that mean I can stay here?
Of course. To express my thanks, I shall rent this building.
Rent?
Sì.
I didn't hear anything about rent, and I helped out...
Yes, of course, I understand.
I mean...
Paimon thinks Mona's misunderstood something, but...
I guess I don't have any other...
Great! Then we are agreed.
Thanks for your help. Also, well, I'm very sorry. Without the necessary tools and without new knowledge, it will take me some time to see your destiny clear. But I promise that I'll do a reading for you first thing once I'm ready. Thank you. Our traveling together, I wish you both safe travel.
How is she gonna make a living if she doesn't use astrology? Maybe we should come back and check on her once in a while.
L'abbiamo fatta. Vediamo.
Rack it out. I'm doing experiments. Oh, it's you. I'm currently running some tests related to your situation. Don't worry about me fainting from hunger. In any case, I think...
Ah, ok. No, non è invece. Mm. Mare di nubi, Minlin, mare di nubi, quindi ciccia. Però io sono curioso di questo.
The case before us.
Devi incontrare il famigerato alchimista. Sucroso.
Huh? Looks like Timaeus isn't here today.
Wait, are these two?
Questa è appunto la prima volta che noi incontriamo Sucroso. Quindi tutta la quest di anche dell'invocazione del genio e di Picco del Drago.
Hello, traveler in Paimon.
No, just strange.
I see. He was called away by If you need any help, just call.
Thanks. No worries, we're all clued up.
I guess it's no surprise coming from the one who actually, since it's you.
There's that name again. Albedo. You and Timaeus mentioned him the last time we met, right?
Apologies. I never introduced him. Albedo is the Knights of Favonius.
But Paimon's only ever seen Timaeus teaching alchemy.
Yes, he's dedicated himself.
Okay.
We often get alchemists coming
Non
to
sembra
Mondstadt
neanche così
from all over
vecchio
Tibet,
Albedo.
seeking his help. They say that the subtlest of guidance from Mr. Albedo helps him to.
Wow! Paimon.
Still, it seems that he's encountered a problem in his research recently. Every time I see him, he has a concerned look on his face. I'm sure that Albedo would love to hear about your incredible exploit. Albedo is a true gentleman. He'll be sure to pay you back in equal measure for helping him. I don't see why not. Albedo and Timaeus will be I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look. Sorry.
Hey, stop worrying.
Inceps Cretaceous.
Sucrose is a whole lot.
Ah, è vero. Proprio collegato a Picco del Drago comunque. Questo l'hanno messo. Albedo l'hanno messo assieme a al Picco. Quello è Rosario.
Sister Rosaria! So here you are! Choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
Oh, but this event has commemorative significance.
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
I mean...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find...
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is some...
Huh? Well, that...
Evidence decides what people are like, not your... Don't fret. Nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. But if you dally any longer, you really...
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Seems like that's sister.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you...
We'd better watch out. She seems like a...
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where. And you think I'm the trickster?
La voce della verità.
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering so quietly.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... Huh. So it's you, the honorary knight that saved us from Storm Terror. Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
What? Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the authority?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
That doesn't sound right. But
Cioè, sembra che lei sia una
Let's
membro
talk
della
about
chiesa che
you.
un membro dei
What are you
cavalieri.
doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point of... Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm.
So, are you up?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant. I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to.
Il velo comunque mi frega tanto perché sembrava avesse i capelli lunghi, invece sembrerebbe averceli corti. Palle. Quindi si torna in questa brutta zona. Ah già, qua è vero anche ci sono tipo tanti di questi. O comunque zone secondarie dove potrebbero essere tanti tesori, ok? Ci sono un sacco di questi. La voragine, qua. Ah, è vero, lui è di Geo.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Andatemi perché io non sono capito.
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
It's getting colder and colder.
Ah, è all'albero. Mica all'albero, avrebbe senso che sia all'albero.
Me? I'm alright. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a...
Mancava questo. Questo cos'era? Memoria dell'albero. Un catalizzatore serbacielo. Che altro è questo? Voglio sbloccare. Me ne mancano 10 pulite.
Time to act.
Vabbè, lo vedo anche senza... Qua a disegnare, davvero?
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang up. The views and scenery here are pretty good.
But can't he see those hilly... Uh-oh. Let's hope we startled them. Enough talk! Let's take them out of the picture first.
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished.
What's up with painting hilly...
I'm afraid the answer isn't
Lui alla
easy
fine è
to
il primo
explain.
personaggio, è uno dei pochi
You'd love to
personaggi
have a look at my
Geo di
painting.
Mondstadt.
It may give you a clue.
Wow! Look at the deep...
You can find these hilly trails anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not. But take a look at this specimen. The build and the cyclical lives of such primitive communities.
Hold your horses. Ugh, something tells me we're in for... We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you...
So Sister Rosaria brought you. But back to the point. From her...
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose.
I see. So Then, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think... forgive me. This must be confused.
Whoa, whoa. You wanna...
You're right. For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method it's like you, in that it hails from another world.
Well, if you're struggling to think...
I beg to differ, but you're not from the known world. By observing...
shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
Mora, knowledge, and the answer to the time for a change of surroundings.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
Mia. Rosaria. Abbiamo fatto in 4 per salvarla, Mondstadt, e tu mi rompi le balle.
Question. After the seeds...
I don't know, but I feel using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute after awakening. Even...
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting?
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit...
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after the subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, how you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? Fascinating. And this...
What a stupid question! Can't you see? And another thing, it's Paimon, not...
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is... Oh, that rules out that possibility. But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick. Or cause the waterfall south of...
Hey!
In that case, it would appear that there's no... Given that there's clearly a discrepancy. Firstly, this mysterious element let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps...
Huh?
Direct and clear observation are naturally if you require a greater challenge.
Slimes! Slimes are fine!
No, minchia, 6 oceani, cioè, se mi darebbero le cose, sì.
Well, prepare yourself.
Motion to compel. Rain outlines your fate.
Great work. Did you feel any... If you're injured, I have a few emergent... Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation... Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting...
Internal flow?
It's very simple. I can use... If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Sounds kinda...
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some...
And in the
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary Well, it's not that there aren't... Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason... Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. It's a type of ore known as star silver. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather some... All going to plan.
Cioè, abbiamo già dell'argento astrale. Vabbè, in caso è qua.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes. This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Oh. Serve un cristallo. Tanto lì io ho visto un... No! Non mi dire che se la succina. Ok, questa vale 5, quindi anche qua quelle base valgono 2. Oh, eccolo. Quella cos'è? Una sfida a combattimento? Sì. Guarda perché i bauli di queste due zone sono veramente utili. Guardate, ma quel baule lo voglio.
Process of elimination.
Empty chest. Good for storage.
Ah, ecco perché qua c'è tutta sta roba.
This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here.
nei occhi.
My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your...
Whoa! Look at all the data!
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses, perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes. Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. Following this line of thought, I'm sure...
In verità siamo un bel muso più...
But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the element. A cryoregis vine, or even a wildflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the in that sense...
yes?
After all, we've got our primary data already. If it turned out that he did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world...
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so... Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more.
Great. I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll... In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times. And breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Una pozione realizzata dall'albedo tramite l'alchimia. Nonostante lo strano colore, l'albedo continua a affermare che la pozione funziona. Berlo non dovrebbe causare effetti indesiderati. Non dovrebbe. Manda fuoco.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready?
Oh, this potion channels elemental power into the body. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort.
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. Perhaps it's just scholarly In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned...
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency... The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of People are the same, they can understand. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, you can ask people, but a peculiar person. They don't have much recourse for this. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregis vine, or an eye of the storm. To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. You gave me a lot to consider. Having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me, but
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry.
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory to...
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's, what Paimon meant is...
Before we can if you're interested, why not have a look?
Faccio la carota. Ok. Dammi uno scaffale.
Here comes Albedo. Let's go see him.
Eccolo. Vedete, sta arrivando, non aspettavo qua.
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Well, on with there may be take to that, but worlds may well exist. So, leaving elements to one side. I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, no. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it. That was your best effort?
What's with the disappointment?
Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with... Anyway, Why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat? I've just finished.
Cooking?
Not only is this recipe a staple for me.
Ha senso, perché comunque ci sono tipo dei i funghi a sumero, come abbiamo visto, che in base a se vengono colpiti con Pyro oppure Elettro
If there's
cambiano
anything
cose.
left over, maybe tomato.
Paimon doesn't think we'll... How are we gonna channel elemental power? Where does it get these ideas from anyway? Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
Eccolo qua, spratto al burro salato. Dello scudo. Che bonus.
That was fast.
Mi darò un morso. Consegno.
An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like. Unless. Could it be that the natural laws of the.
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a...
Not to worry. At least we put. And here's your portion.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much.
Hey! You were being nice, but you do have tasty recipes, so Paimon forgives you. And you're right, we are good friends.
Yes. There are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place, I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been.
Paimon's barely finished eating.
Don't worry if you can't. If you had, say, superpower, like I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you will.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh, yeah! This must be electrohypostasis powder. The extract of an animal crystal fly can only be animal elemental.
Goodness, you managed. I'm wondering. This
Yep, guess it does.
Unfortunately, though only a never-before-seen otherworldly.
You mean we failed?
Don't be disheartened. I have to commend your deduction. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your other. In essence, the differences between looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucrose is? And if you jump from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, could you see her then? So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into 1,000,000 fragments? Then could. Then I shouldn't get too excited. I know of a location.
Madonna.
Still in one piece. Good thing the vial's so strong.
Là in cima. Qua sopra ce n'era uno. Quanto pare sì. Forse da qua ne vedo altri. Ma ci butti sotto.
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method. Whichever method you choose, The experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore. I will factor the time expended and your...
The opposite side of the lake.
Without limitations, we complete tasks. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy water. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. Then if you would, please.
Wait a minute. While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
Oh! Forget Paimon said anything.
Penso relativamente molto poco.
I've never... Your reputation precedes you, traveler. The
Well, you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat.
Me? Actually, if it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, if the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then the innumerable possibilities...
But how does this help your...
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. I may be about to make some analogy. Gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times, the essence of the I'm willing to pour on all these things that start...
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly turtles? Because you got to see some...
Precisely. To quote my exact words...
So after all...
Of course not. You have been of great... Now, before we head... Follow me. There...
Oh no. Qua. Una sfida a tempo.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your I'd like you to explore. There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After completion, as with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is a tried and tested... So, let's see you in action.
Ok, vediamo un po'.
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
No, allora qua me ne serve un altro. Sì. Eccolo l'altro.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Dov'è il secondo? Eccolo. Mi sembravano troppo particolari queste colonne. Ah, ho finito i cosi. Il vigore, non me ne ero accorto. Dai, non sei serio. Ah.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward. Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. There's still a lot to learn about them. And let me make a copy first.
Another thing for seems like if you want the reward.
I've truly gained a lot. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just
Un
have
effimero miracolo, ok.
Paimon's kind of looking forward to unless you can think of any.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going.
You!
I most certainly did not. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger? I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive. Or perhaps...
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy...
No way! Paimon would have sensed it!
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense... In any case, I'm not about to let a potential...
So, what are you gonna do?
I've gotta hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is danger. I've investigated everything else.
But we don't even know...
That much is true. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. Now then, all things considered, which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister.
Overtime.
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, And don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh.
Boh. Cioè, è strano comunque. Cioè, nessuno della propria città pensa. Cioè, abbiamo visto Liwi che appunto gli adepti contro le 7 stelle avevano messo le mani avanti.
Good timing. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back? I would have time for the results. We got a myriad of data today, but the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is...
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butt.
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident. Have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence. The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar. But after imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
Fiore.
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, is not nurturing otherworldly life, also nurturing... It would seem that
Paimon thought, with all our efforts, it might have bloomed.
life is a manifold tapestry of a short life can be well lived. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Allora.
Don't be sad. Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Thank you both. Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom.
Allora, vediamo. Quindi alla fine
I
tutto
mean,
questo è
the time
stato
I've spent traveling in the
inutile.
future. If the need arises.
Poi penso che dopo questa potremo sbloccare quella di Rosaria.
I made a point throughout of telling him how ordinary but what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean?
Cioè da quella da cui abbiamo bevuto?
Those born of earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike, both composed of
Quindi
a
anche lui è un
substance that has yet to be
pochino
fully defined. If
come noi?
one day I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, can I rely on you to stop me?
What? Ma questa proprio non me l'aspettavo. Questa proprio non me l'aspettavo. Quindi aspetta, vediamo un po' missione di storia. Tanto lì ho fatto fuori quelli. Shogun, Eula. No, non se ne sono aggiunte. Aspetta un attimo. Oh, Eula, Shogun, Miko. Ma sono tutti personaggi 5 stelle questi. Mentre di qua ci sono quelle dei personaggi 4 stelle. Quindi in teoria Rosaria dovrebbe trovarsi poi qua in mezzo. Ho fatto cosa adesso? Ma no. Ah no, perché qua c'era Ember, se non sbaglio, una volta. Non è archivio personaggio, ragazzi. Fighella. Cioè, ho beccato tutti gli ultimi personaggi messi. Leila, Farzan, Vagabondo, Yo-Yo, Alaita. Anche Deia. Ha uno scudo. Una volta che vedo uno scudo. Rosario quando è stata inserita? Qua. Con Albedo. Che appunto è collegato ad Albedo. Allora, vediamo un attimo. Archivio. Diario di viaggio, se non sbaglio. Vedi. Capitolo dell'Epos, atto 1. Ah, però questi sono i 3 personaggi iniziali che ti danno gratis. Però c'è anche Razor. Ah, però notando, questi sono personaggi che io ho. Effettivamente. Quindi forse per quello. Io sblocco, a parte per i 5 stelle, le missioni di storia dei 4 solo se ho il personaggio. Fino a un certo punto, perché se non sbaglio cos'era? Con l'amicizia forse? Personaggi. Vediamo qualcuno di cui non ho la storia. Lei ad esempio. Profilo. Storia. Cioè io lei ce l'ho cappata. Livello amicizia 7, mentre Razor è all'8. Lui è al 3. Ma no. Lui non ce l'avevo quando ho fatto la quest di storia. Quindi boh. Forse le sblocco pian piano quelle. Vedremo. Sì, ci arriviamo a 1600. Quindi per ora ci fermiamo qua. Sicuro anche prossima volta o andiamo leggermente avanti con la storia. Effettivamente dovremmo andare avanti un po' con la storia. Così mi posso... ho altra roba da fare. E almeno mi sblocco in Azuma. Se mi sblocco in Azuma posso potenziarmi anche altra roba. Quindi vediamo un po' se c'è qualcuno a cui fare raid. Mm. Cacchio, nessuno. Quanto pare. E niente, dai. Allora facciamo così. Ci vediamo stasera assieme a Misscroft. E continuiamo Hogwarts Legacy. Quindi se vi è piaciuta la live lasciate un follow e attivate la campanellina per essere aggiornati, rimanere aggiornati appunto sulle live quando vanno in onda, di iscrivervi alla pagina Instagram così rimanete aggiornati su programmazioni, orari delle live e altre comunicazioni, e vi iscrivetevi al canale YouTube così almeno vi recuperate le live che siete persi. Quindi buon pomeriggio a tutti, a stasera e alla prossima. Bye bye!